Hey, hey, everyone. Thank you for joining within the cauldron. And happy Friday the 13th to everyone out there. Um, it's not a bad day, it is a good day. So I'm just going to say, may your black cat cross your path or on purpose because it's not bad luck, it's bonus magic. Now, today, I have a very special guest, Borah Brewington Snaggletooth XIII is a popular character which is street performer in Salem, Massachusetts. If you've been to Salem, you can't miss her. She is created by Brian Sims in 2016 as part of Salem Black Hat Society. Borah engages in the tourists, educates them on Salem history, and appears in movies like Hubie Halloween and Hocus Pocus 2. Also performs theme weddings and appeared on American's Got Talent. Brian was raised in South Carolina. He has been in numerous national, regional, and international commercials, as well as a few movies. Brian has done print work for Sony, Coca-Cola, and other companies. He performs for Haunted Happenings in Salem, Massachusetts as Borah. He is a member of the Salem Black Hat Society that brings fun, positive energy, and performance, creating joy and happiness, goodwill, and a little bit of magic to Salem, which proceeds from tips being donated to the local children's charities. As a character witch, Borah roams the streets of Salem, welcoming, entertaining, and engaging with the people, and helping to educate visitors about Salem's history. The Salem's Black Cat Society also promotes local events, venues, and business community. So, to further ado, let's bring on Brian.
Hello, Chrissy. How are you?
I am fine, Brian. Oh, you
Good.
look fabulous.
You look fabulous. Happy Friday the
I
13th.
know.
Who are
It,
you going to kill
it's
today?
our day. I have a list. I don't know where to
Alice.
start. Should I start from beginning to the end, or to the
Uh,
end to the beginning, or just in the middle?
Just start at the end and go
Let's
all the way
start
to the
at the
beginning. Yeah. It's always good to go backwards and walk under a ladder, right?
end. Yes, that is for sure. Oh man, I am so happy that you decided to come on. I have been to Salem so many times; it's like a second home to me. And I have seen you and took pictures with you. My grandson and my other grandchildren has took pictures with you. You know, you are like the highlight of Salem. I mean, there's a lot of highlights. Don't get me wrong, but you are one of the highlights that I expect to see when I go to Salem.
Well, I
If you're not
appreciate
there
that.
in Salem, I'd be like, okay, where's Bora?
Uh, I appreciate that. And your grandkids survived me
Well,
or
at
Bora?
first, one of my grandson was like, doesn't know for sure, like, oh, is that witchy poo from H and all Puff and stuff, you know, or is like, grandma, who is that? Can I approach that person? It's like, yeah, go ahead. So, you
I, I
know,
get I get that a lot from Witchy Poo. I get that a lot, but I'm like, no. Bora will say, no, I am not Witchy Poo. That is my 13th cousin. I am Bora. Oh, all the time, but that's okay. That's all right.
well, H on Puff and stuff. It was one of my favorite cartoons. Well, I don't know if you
Yeah,
call it cartoons, kid show, I guess.
it's a kid show, and adults
Yes.
enjoy it too. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
there's a lots of memories, and I bought a
Mhm.
board game, an HR Puff and Stuff board game from
Oh,
the 70s at an antique shop here in Salem. So if I met Sid Croft once in person, and we've had a couple of interviews on
oh,
his Sunday podcast. Borah has been on his Sunday podcast, and I bought the board game, and if I see him again, I'm going to ask him to sign it.
awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, as Bora, how did you decide to do this character? What made you like, okay, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to do this character? What made you decide to do this character?
So I love Halloween. I moved to Salem for Halloween, and I love witches, and I love the Wizard of Oz. I love Witchy Poo. I love Witch Hazel from Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
And so when I moved here in 2016, there were a group of witches, and they have a long name, and it's Hexenbrute, I guess, is the common short version of their name, edited version. And they were at their peak of doing this witch dance in Germany. And it originated in Germany because they are German. And it was all over the internet. And I said, wait a minute, those witches are cool. That dance is cool. I love these other witches. I love Halloween. I'm in Salem, the witch city. So let's recreate this dance with some strangers for the parade, which turned into street performing and to where I am to where the witch is today. So all those witches helped me create Bora.
Wow. Wow. Your makeup and everything is so fantastic. How long
Thank you.
does it take you to transist into Bora?
Well, if a mortal were to ask Bora those two questions, I like your makeup. How long does it take you to put that makeup on? Bora will say, wait a minute, wait a minute. First off, it's not makeup. And if you did it as a mortal, it would take you at least an hour and a half. So an hour and a
Probably
half.
longer.
Yeah, maybe longer. But look, if I'm at a town in a hotel, they use these halogen lights now, and the sinks have deep, wide counter spaces, and I'm blind. When I don't have my glasses on, I can't see crap. So if I'm out of town at a hotel putting makeup on, it's going to take me at least 2 hours, maybe 2 hours and 15 minutes from makeup to costume, walking out of the door of the hotel room.
Wow, it's amazing. I mean,
I
it's
appreciate
you
it.
know, um, because I've been really up close to you. I think I may have even kissed
Oh,
Bora.
grab my butt.
Well, I might have done that too, but I won't tell.
Ah,
But yeah, but it's flawless. It
well,
is
I
very,
appreciate it.
very flawless. So
Thank
I
you.
just have to let you know that good job.
I
Um,
thank you.
so you moved in 2016 from North Carolina to Salem. Now, do you
Well,
actually live in Salem or outside of Salem?
I do love North Carolina, but I never lived there. I grew up in South Carolina, and I moved out of South Carolina right after high school to Cincinnati. Lived in Florida, lived in Georgia, and moved from Georgia to Salem in 2016.
So you do actually live in Salem then, not
Yeah, yeah.
Beverly or oh,
No, no,
cool.
no. I said we're living in Salem, the witch city. And I'm so glad we moved here when we did because we wouldn't be able to afford a house, I
Mhm.
mean, because when we were looking at houses, they were like really like almost out of our price range. And then like once we got our house, a month later, the prices went up, and we were like, we wouldn't be able to have afforded to live here if we had waited another 3 weeks to 4 weeks to buy a house.
Oh yeah, we've been wanting to move to the East Coast for a long time. Possibly Salem, but it's really sky high, sky high. I
It,
mean,
it
it's like you have
is.
to be a millionaire to live there almost.
We're not a millionaire, but we have two or three jobs, trust me.
But
So we work.
I would probably, I mean, so we know we're kind of looking at outside of Salem now. So, but we still
Well,
want to go there. We would like to retire there. It's a great city. If nobody has ever been to Salem, I really highly suggest it because it's not just a history; it's a beauty of it too. The
Yeah,
vibe,
your followers need to hop on their brooms and come visit Salem if they haven't ever been. But
exactly.
good places to stay outside of Salem is Danvers.
Hmm.
Some of the witches. Oh, I'm sorry, innocent victims that were
Hmm.
accused of witches
Yeah.
lived in Danvers. Swampscott is another town. Um, Beverly, which we spoke of before, is
Hmm.
another town. And those, but it's funny because if you move up here, Swampscott, everything is pronounced differently than the way they look. So
Yeah.
Swampscott looks like
Mhm.
Swampscott.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Worcester looks like Worcester.
Yeah.
So you have to learn, and instead of shopping buggies at the grocery store, we call them carts.
Oh.
But buggies. No, I forget what we call them. A bang-a-yoos when you do a U-turn,
Uh-huh.
and a bubbler is a water fountain, a
Oh
public water
wow.
fountain. So yeah, so we have some different terminology that we use up here, and then of
Oh yeah.
course there's the Bostonian accent.
Mm.
So Dunkin's is the coffee place,
Yeah.
and ice cream is huge up here in the winter time. So New England is a fun different
Very
place to
much.
live. Yeah.
Oh yeah, very much. I know when we first went there, back in the probably late '90s, maybe. I remember we went to the town of Peabody, and we was calling Peabody because we was used to calling Peabody, and everybody goes Peabody. You mean Peabody? And it's like, how'd you get that out?
Yeah, that's another one. Peabody, yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So with you being in Salem, and I'm sure you probably seen almost every attraction there, probably more than once. And every place is a must see. It really is. But what is one of your favorite attractions?
That's a common question. And
It
it's
is.
difficult. It is a common question. It's difficult to answer because everything in itself is unique and separate, is a separate experience from the other. Usually, what I tell people to do or suggest people to do when they come to Salem is hop
Mhm.
on the Salem trolley because it's a comprehensive tour of Salem. It talks about the Maritime. It talks
Mhm.
about the witch trials, and it talks about current history here in Salem. And it's a hop on and off, so you can get on and off at the House of Seven Gables and the Salem Witch Museum. So that is probably the one thing to do when you come to Salem for the first time in the morning, because you can spend all day plus doing all the attractions that it stops at.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I know I've been I don't know how many times I've been to Salem. Um, I even
At least
been there.
13 times. At least 13 times.
Probably so. Um, you know, and I've seen almost everything. Well, maybe not. Um, but with the what do I want to say? With the attractions there, I know that Halloween is like the busiest. It's the craziest. I know we went there probably 3 or 4 times. Not on purpose. Well, first time was on purpose. The other time, everybody else wanted to go. We have a few covens that wants to go because Salem is the witch city. Everybody wants to go, and everybody thinks that Salem is the it place for Halloween.
Well, I
Busy
personally
as hell.
think it is.
Yeah, it's busy as hell though because I know we
Yeah.
went there and it's like 100,000 people that comes there. I think I heard a couple years ago it was like up to almost 300,000 maybe.
I think
Um,
we've been up to, I think now we're close to almost a million.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So I know it gets crazy with the business owners, with all the performers and everything. How do you take it for Halloween? I know that's the busiest time and everybody it's a money making time for sure. So, but how? how are you at Halloween? Are you like, oh my God, it's Halloween? Oh,
How do I cope with it and how do I deal with it? Okay, so let me just back up to October 31st. On October 31st, I do weddings. I officiate weddings as Borah. And then after that, my tradition, mine and my spouse's tradition, is to hand out candy. So I'll be home at 4 o'clock, get out of costume, put on another Halloween costume if I decide to wear
mhm.
a Halloween costume. I never do Borah at the house for October 31st. I mean, when Borah's done, it's done,
Yeah.
because I do need a break. But talking about so many people coming, people walk by, and I ask them when I'm handing out candy, "Where are you from?" People come here trick or treating from all over the world.
Hmm.
Now, I don't know if they come here for trick or treating or they come here to Salem for October 31st, and they happen to go trick or treating while they're here. But it's fun because on October 31st, I see people trick or treating from all over the world. So your initial question is how I cope with October. Well, we have to get a we have to be mentally prepared, knowing and going into this that it's going to be hell. It's going to be fun hell. It's going to be chaos. So the first week, full of energy, and second week we're like, okay, we're a little tired. The third week we're like exhausted, and by the end of the third week, going into the last days of October, it's automatic auto drive, and we just get through it. My spouse, my husband, towards the end of the first week is already burnt out. He's like, I'm done. I'm done. And sometimes we have positive arguments like, oh my God, I can't take this anymore. And that's the first or second week of
Hmm.
October. But we know that we can. We know that we get through
Yeah.
it. And that's because we do vending. He does vending at the different festivals, and I'm doing Bora, and then I have to make appearances. And then we have the Hocus Pocus cast that comes in that I'm working with, that I work with, that we work with,
Hmm.
and just so many balls in the air. And it's just one of these things where you go in auto drive and you're exhausted, but you're on a high and you get through it. And then most of us are looking for October 31st at the end of the day when we can just take a breather.
Oh, I bet.
And then it picks back up in December, the first weekend of December, because Salem has the nation's original Christmas home tour. And
Oh,
so, yeah, so we get involved with that too. I see your Friday the 13th mug. I like that. I've got the house, haunted mansion mug from
well, well,
Disney.
we're having the Friday the 13th special episode tonight
Yes,
with some haunted items as well that
really.
some paranormal teams or individuals has. So I thought I have to get Friday the 13th decked out, but
You do.
yeah, but my t-shirt, my hat, and all the stuff. Of course, Amazon's late, so I won't get it today. But
Yeah.
at least I have for next month. So
Are you wearing a Friday the 13th shirt now, or is that what you're
no,
waiting on with
I'm
Amazon?
actually wearing Salem shirt.
Salem.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Go
yeah.
Salem. A
Well,
shout out.
well, like I said, I've been this so many times. I think I have probably about 15 different hoodies or t-shirts or stocking caps. Yeah, I'm all saying I'm out.
Oh,
So,
good. We appreciate that.
so yeah,
Represent.
yes,
Represent. Yeah.
yes,
So,
definitely. Now, Salem is famous for not just for the Halloween portion, spookiness or anything, but also for the famous witches like Lori Cabot, Laura Bruno, Lorelei. How now are you friends with them? How do they feel about you dressing up as Bora?
I think we don't go out to dinner. I have so much to do, and I work and all. I just don't have time to hang out
Mhm.
with friends. I love Lori Cabot. We've done a wedding. I love Lori Cabot because of her history and what she has brought to Salem, and I respect her, and I think she's a brilliant witch.
She
If
is.
that's what she calls herself, and she's done a lot for the community, and
Mhm.
continues to do a lot for the community. Lorelai, I adore Lorelai, and she was actually, when I first moved to Salem, was the first one that I went to for a reading.
Oh,
Yeah, and so she and I have a great relationship. Bora pops into the shop every now and then, and Bruno, oh my God, Sister Witch Bruno. We've done a wedding together. She's
oh,
came in and blessed a wedding before for me that I was officiating, and it's just a mutual understanding and respect, and doing for the community what I do for the community and giving to different charities. We all are on the same page with doing what's right, doing what's good, and putting good and love out there in the community. So we share that in common. And I just light up when I see those three sisters. I do. I do.
well, that's great because in some places people would take offensive, maybe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm so glad that they don't, that they're accepting. But of course, us witches are very accepting, though. You know, anyway. So that is really great to hear.
Well, I can't say that they are 100% on board with the green face
Right.
witch. And when I started, and I'm glad you brought that up, when I started Bora, when I created the witch, I had no idea that certain witches in the community did have would take offense to the green face witch. When I found that out 2 years later, I started in 2016, 2018, I found that out, and I'm like, I was personally devastated because I would never, ever, ever do anything or say anything to anyone on purpose to offend or make fun of a witch. I would
Yeah.
never do that. I know what it's like to be persecuted. I'm
Mhm.
gay. I know what it's like to be persecuted by
Mhm.
religions. I was raised Southern Baptist. I had bullies in high school. I see bullies every day. I know what it's like to be
Yeah.
persecuted and made fun of and torn apart. And I would never, ever do that to anyone on purpose.
Yes.
I see the Green Face Witch as a wonderful experience that I've had as a childhood
Mhm.
with those wonderful cartoons.
Yep.
And it's just, it's just what they bring to most kids is
Yep.
happiness, these cartoons. And me being able to relate to those witches and watch those witches, Witchy Pooh,
Mhm.
Witch Hazel, the
Yeah.
Wizard of Oz, the Wicked Witch of the West, they got me through they were my friends, and they
Mhm.
got me through the pain that I went through as a kid. And sometimes today I turn to them to bring me happiness. So that's the deal there. And I respect people if they are offended by the green face witch. I'm
Mhm.
not going to argue or fuss with them. I'm not going to try to change anybody's mind because it's not my
Mhm.
place to change anybody's mind. I just remind them that it's helped me through a horrible life.
Yeah.
I've had my own blood, my family, my brother, not
Mhm.
my brother, but my sister, my mom, and some of my dad. We've had issues with me being gay and
Mhm.
making strong choices of leaving my small town in South Carolina. Um, and I, my post office box is 666 here. They
Mhm.
take offense to that.
Oh.
I mean, the Satanic Temple, which they don't, they're not stereotypical, which they don't
Right.
sacrifice kids. It's like
Yep.
I support all that
Mhm.
because we all do good. The
Yeah.
Satanic Temple does good. I do good.
Yeah.
Lori Cabot does good. All those witches, they do good.
Yeah.
So I will not argue or try to change anybody's mind if someone comes to me and says, you are offensive. I respect that. I
Yeah.
understand that.
Yep.
I believe that we are all put on this earth to help each other out,
Yeah.
to
We are.
love one another, to do good, to put good out there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Bora does.
Yep.
That's what
She does.
I try. That's
Yeah.
what Salem's Black Hat Society does.
Yeah. I know. If anybody ever goes to Salem and sees the Green Witch, you know, you have you're really energetic. You're very kind. You're funny. You make everybody feel welcome. You know, so to me, I don't really take it as offensive or anything because I don't
Thank you.
see it as that. I see it as crazy fun, happiness. And that's what you bring. You really bring that out in the character that you do, dress up as.
Thank
And
you.
I mean, it's amazing.
I
And
appreciate it.
I just love it. Like I said, um, if I go to Salem and you're not there, it's like, okay, where is she? Where's Bora? Let's hunt her down.
I get a lot of that. I do.
Yeah.
When I'm not out there in September and on the weekends, I get hundreds of messages from businesses and from email, all social media platforms. I get messages also, hundreds, saying, "Where's Bora? People are upset. People are looking for you. People came just to see Bora," and
Mhm.
and it's heartwarming, and
It-
I
I'm
appreciate that.
glad.
And it's hard to be out there all the time and see
Yeah.
everybody, but I do my best. And then talking about bringing joy to people's lives, I love when families, I've seen people grow up, kids grow up. I've seen kids, a mother will come one year, the next year she's pregnant, the next year she brings her 1 year old, her
Mhm.
baby. I've seen them grow up through grammar school, high school,
Yeah.
in college, graduating college. People come up and they take family pictures every year,
Yeah.
and I've seen people and get engaged in front of me, and they come back the next year married, or I do their officiate their wedding. And I've in another community that has is close to my heart is the community, and I don't want to offend anybody because there's a certain way to say things, but that are on the spectrum,
Mhm.
autistic kids and adults,
Yeah.
because and I'm at the point where I can tell if they are in that category, um, and I know how to adjust the witch to accommodate what they need. I can bring my tone down, my energy down, and I try not to scare people, you know. And I'm cautious around pets also because I don't want to scare a dog. But
Mhm.
I've seen kids light up. Like for
Yeah.
example, one kid came up and he was pointing. He said, "Witch, witch!" and got excited. Witch, witch, witch! And the mom and dad were crying. He had autism where it affected his speaking pattern. He didn't speak a lot. She
Mhm.
said that we haven't heard his voice in months. And when he saw you, he started saying
Oh,
this, and they started crying. And we hug. We have moments like that. And Bora doesn't like to hug, but when Bora gets a chance to hug, it's really touching for
yeah.
me. For it's I love that.
I have seen you with families, with kids, hugging them. Like, oh, it's like like you said, the family for a long time. It's like they come back each year or something, and you really connect to the parents, to the grandparents, to the children. So you're doing such fantastic job on what you do. I mean, like I said, if it wasn't for you, you know, it'd be kind of like Salem would be Salem, but you kind of make it a little bit special.
Well, I
You
appreciate it.
and
Thank you.
you and Landon and Lucifer. Lucifer is also one of my favorite characters. Why I don't know if you cat,
Yeah, yeah. Lucifer,
uh, you know,
Lucifer
and they're getting to be popular too, and it makes your vacation more fun, not just for the kids but for everybody. It's more exciting. Um, I have seen people ask you, "Hey, where's the Pioneer Village or something?" You're like, "Oh, here," and you walk a little bit with them, show them, and then you backtrack. I mean, you're so kind and considerate,
Oh, thank
and
you.
you're always there to help all the tourists, and that's what we need when we go on vacation. We need somebody that's that is very implement and will help out instead of like, a damn
Welcoming.
tourist, damn it, because
Yeah,
when you go on
welcoming.
vacation as a tourist, some people just they hate it.
Well, people, we get tired here in Salem, and we know that that tourists come
Yeah.
to see us. So it is our job to welcome you guys, welcome tourists with open arms.
Yep,
I mean, we
exactly.
wouldn't be Salem wouldn't be Salem if it wasn't for the tourists. It's not what we have here.
That is for
Partly,
sure.
it's partly what we have here, but it's
Yeah,
you guys, or it's the tourists that come. So shame on anyone who is not welcoming to tourists, I
that
think.
is correct. Shame on them.
I mean, I know there's some older people here, older generation.
Hmm.
I'm old, so I can say that. Older generation that they don't like change. They don't like all of this witchy stuff or tourist stuff. But life changes.
Hmm.
Things happen. There's a reason for everything, and that's what Salem has become and is evolving. Every year it evolves. I mean, it evolves. We're getting more busy in
Hmm.
September now. More tourists are coming in September because October's
Hmm.
so busy, so it's being stretched out more, and
Yeah.
people are still coming in November, and then like the middle to the end of November is dead, and then the first, like I said earlier, the first weekend in December is hot as
Yeah.
well.
I haven't been in December, but I think my favorite time is the springtime. Everything just smells so awesome. Everything's starting to bloom. It looks so pretty and everything. It's nice to walk around. It's not too chilly. It's not too warm. It's just perfect. That's my favorite time to go. It's in the springtime. I really like.
Yes,
Yeah. Of course, I've been probably almost every month, and except for December, haven't been in December yet, and it's nice really all year round. I mean, it's 365, 24/7 perfect days to go to Salem, actually.
you're right. Do you like Christmas?
Well, yeah, I do.
Okay.
My favorite is Krampus, and I know that
Oh
Salem
yeah.
has a Krampus fest that
Yes.
I did not know about until this
Well, okay, so let me. I think it's more of a bar crawl.
well, okay.
Yeah, I don't think I haven't because I'm trying to rest at that time, so I haven't
Mhm.
done participated in it yet. I've been asked, but I just haven't had the energy. But I think it's a bar crawl, and I'm not a drinker, so
Not
you
either.
you don't have to drink to do it. But I think they go to bar
Yeah,
to bar to bar, and I think it's a lot of fun. I don't think they have vendors and stuff like that, like a festival.
that's
And it
cool.
could turn into one. I wish it would.
Now, on the Black Hat Society, that was 2016 was when it started in October. So, can you talk about how did that actually started?
Yes, I can. I was talking to some acquaintances, and I said, no, how it started was back to the German witches, Hexenbrut. Had seen them on YouTube and how popular they were. So I didn't know anyone here, so I went on Facebook and I said, "Hey, let's do this dance for the parade." And so 18, I think, strangers got together. We learned the dance. We created our own witch characters. We did the parade. And then someone said that if you stand on the streets of Salem, people will take pictures and they'll give you $1 for photos. And then I was like, well, if I do this, I want to donate a portion of the proceeds to different charities in Salem, different children's
Mhm.
charities in Salem. And then I said, well, I need to come up with a name. Borah is the name of the witch, but an organization, an LLC, so I can donate. And I thought, oh, there's the Red Hat Society. And I'm like, how about the Salem's Black Hat Society? So that's how that came about. So everything is trademark the names, and so that's how that came about. And it just kind of branched out where someone asked me if I did weddings, and I'm like, well, sure I do weddings. And then I was like, I've never done a damn wedding. What the hell did I get myself into? So then I'm like, created this wedding, and now I do weddings.
Cool.
In fact, tomorrow is February 14th, and we're gonna do Salem's very first ever mass wedding vow renewal at Black Craft.
Oh, wow. That
Yeah,
sounds interesting. It really does. Just in case anybody who haven't seen you as Borah, let me bring up some pictures here.
thank you,
Uh, I love this one. I love this
thank
picture
you.
here. It's like,
That
yes. And
that one was taken at Witch Picks. Hope
mm,
runs Witch Picks. Yeah, they've got
yeah.
a bunch of different backdrops and props. And I don't. Are we limited in time? I
No,
don't want
we're
to.
not. We're not
Okay,
limited in time. We
so
could
that's
go
what.
on as long as you want to.
Okay, that's Witch Picks. They have a bunch of costumes and hats, and they can dress their customers in witch outfits and men in warlock. They have witches and warlock costumes, witch and warlock costumes,
Yeah.
and different backdrops. And you can sit on a broom. You can be in a coven, have a coven of witches. You
Hmm.
can have the streets in Salem as a backdrop, woods. That's a fun place to go. Witch Picks in
Yeah,
Salem.
that's still in the mall, right? In the Witch
It
City.
is.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. We had a pictures taken a few times there as well.
I think the Housewives of either New York or New Jersey, I think in New Jersey, they did an episode in Salem and they popped into Witch Picks.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Oh, that photo. That was taken at Pioneer Village by a wonderful, amazing photographer named Ben Reckenmeyer. And he's now getting into taking celebrity photos. He's just amazing. And so that's in Pioneer Village last year. And yeah, that was a snowy day. Which Pioneer Village is moving, is trading spaces.
Yeah, I heard that. I'm on several Facebook groups for Salem, and I heard that it was moving. So,
Pioneer Village is America's longest, oldest original
mhm.
living museum, and built in the early 1930s, I believe it is was built, and then they're moving to the Willows. So there's a some kind of like kids camp out there. They're just trading
Mm.
spots. And
Oh,
the reason that they're moving the Pioneer Village is because of the climate change. It is on the water. The water is rising, so they did the study to see X years where the water
oh,
will be. So some of it would have water damage from the rising of the ocean because it's right there on the ocean.
yeah, that makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense there.
they're moving this year. Actually, they're moving this year, and
Cool.
those roofs were hand thatched by artisans that know and have that study and understand the art of thatch roof making. And it's ran by a wonderful lady named Elizabeth Peterson, who's also runs the the Witch House.
The rich.
The
Oh,
Witch House
I
at
didn't
the
know that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. She runs this, the Pioneer Village, the Witch House, and also Charter Street Cemetery.
Some okay, Charter Street. I know I've been to several cemeteries there. So
That is the one
okay,
beside
Charter
the
Street
one.
is a big one with the really thin tombstones.
Yes, it's
Okay,
right beside the
the
Witch Memorial, right
yeah,
behind the PBD Essex
that's
Museum.
what I thought. Yeah.
The PBD Essex Museum is one of the original museums in the U.S. And the house, if you're looking at the cemetery, there's a house to the right. Oh, it's a haunted house. And that's where
Ooh.
Hawthorne wrote some of his short stories when he was dating one of the daughters of the owners of that home there.
Oh wow.
So if anybody goes to the Salem Witch or the Charter Street Cemetery, they can ask anybody there where this house is that Hawthorne wrote, because it's on a wrote short stories at, because it's on a corner. It's easy to find. They can point it out. Another picture, not AI, another picture by Ben Reckenmeyer. What this is this is taken in actually the backwoods of, and I shouldn't say this, but I will, in the woods by a pond in a cemetery in Salem. I forget the name of the cemetery, but I can drive there. I know how to get there, obviously. Can't think of the name of it. If you go into the back of the cemetery, by the water, by the pond, there's a lot of broken down cemetery walls. You know how they outline the cemetery, and steps that are just thrown in the back of the cemetery. You have to go through the woods to the pond to get there. It's really spooky back there. And I don't know why they threw the stuff away. I don't know, because it doesn't look broken. I don't know why they threw it away. But I found out about that spot through Salem the podcast, which is hosted by Sarah Black and Jeff Lilly.
Mm.
Salem the podcast. This is real fire, not AI, real fire. So we would take butane mixed with um, Dawn liquid soap, and I would dip my hands into each hand into a bowl of this and scoop out the butane filled bubbles and hold my hands apart. And then we had two people, one on each side, to light the fire. And
Wow.
then Ben had to take the photos. So that is real fire that I'm holding in
Wow.
my hands. Yes.
That's brave. That's brave.
We had fire extinguishers there, and there was the pond I would go jump in. Oh, and this right here is also taken by Ben Reckemeyer, and this is the powder that is used during races. I guess when
Mhm.
they, I don't understand how they use the powder during races, but it's colored starch. That was a lot of fun, and that was actually in the woods across from my house. There's some haunted woods across from my house, and there's an old Indian trail that still leads up into the woods.
Mhm.
And it is, I have a historian that lives behind me, and he took me in. We toured the woods. He said it is untouched land. It's huge. It's on a hill. It's got woods and cliffs. It's on untouched land
Oh.
that's never been developed ever since the beginning of time.
Wow.
He said that the people from Salem, like from the 1800s, 1900s, 1600s, walked on that land.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, yes.
Great. And I like this
Uh,
too.
Thank you. That's another Ben Reckenmeyer photo. Um, I don't know how he did that magic, but he did it. Not AI. None of his photos are AI. This was taken at the Satanic Temple.
Oh, was it? Oh.
Yeah, yeah, that was a fun photo shoot.
And then we got just a couple more here.
Oh, this is how I forget her name. She is the daughter of uh she's the daughter of, that is, oh my God, why is it slipping my mind? She is oh my God. Her mom is a boxer, a wrestler. Her dad's a wrestler.
Oh.
Rebby, Reby. And oh my God, she's gonna kill me if she finds out that I can't remember everything. Rebby,
Well, this
Reby.
is yeah, this is okay, this must be her mom then, correct?
That is her mom. Yes, 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 yes. And they wrote a little kids book. Goth Girl
Oh.
is her name. The little girl is Goth Girl.
Oh, I love that name.
And this was
That
also
is
taken at Satanic Temple.
oh, yeah. I kind of noticed the background with the wallpaper and everything, but
Yeah,
beautiful pictures. And Ben does really great
he
work. I
does.
saw him that he
And
does really great work there.
his name is spelled, just in case people wonder, and he's on Instagram, BenRekemeyer. Ben Rekemeyer.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and the lady in the photo with her daughter,
Mhm.
Rebby has a Instagram also, Reby space SKY, like sky, Rebby Sky. That's right. Yeah, really nice folks.
Great. Now, with the Black Hat Society, um, I saw from the website that they do giveaways, contests, drawings from
Yes.
their Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok accounts. So, what kind of giveaways and contests do they actually do?
Okay, so once a month I will have a giveaway, and I'm not on Twitter anymore. Don't do Twitter. And I've thought about getting rid of TikTok too. You know, it's just anyway. So we do giveaways like T-shirts, mugs, and then if I will sometimes blindly walk. I have a shelf full of products, and I will just blindly sometimes just grab a bunch of stuff, throw it in a box, and I call it a box of crap. I don't know what's in there, and I'll ship it off, and that's what they get. So it's just a way to bring some joy to some people and
I,
and to engage with followers.
I love it. We have a Facebook group called Within the Cauldron, and about 3 times a year, maybe 4 times, we do like a giveaway for,
Yeah,
if how many posts can can a person post, or what, just any kind of participation to just engage with our members of the Facebook group and have fun with it too. So I like that. I really do like that. Now,
yeah.
on the website, you have some merchandise. There's like a poem book. There's Scooter's Christmas Tale, which is, I'm thinking that it's about your dog, Scooter.
Yeah, my dog who passed 7 years ago, Scooter. Yeah, he was my little Boston Terrier, and that book is about that book. I wrote that book. Borah narrates it, and it's about Santa Bernard and Mrs. Santa Bernard that live in Bart Pole, and Santa flies around in a his sleigh is a dog bowl, and greyhounds are his reindeer, and his elves are chihuahuas,
Oh,
and the Dotsons help Santa Bernard, Mrs. Santa Bernard, bake in the kitchen. And so what the gist of it is Scooter has a best friend and he lives at home. His best friend is Penny. Penny doesn't have a home, and she lives out on the street. He's a runt and she is homeless, and they're best friends. And there's some bullies in the book, and they both want something for Christmas. We don't know what it is until the end of the book, until the end of the story. And it's really, I think, is really cute. It was drawn by Carol Hendricks, and she is Silver Fox Design on Instagram.
oh,
Carol Hendricks, a little bit of, I didn't know this. Her mom's brother went to a film school with John Carpenter
oh, wow.
of Halloween.
Hmm.
And also the guy that played, and I can't think of his name, it slips my mind, the original Michael Myers.
Oh,
So
wow.
that was kind of cool. And her grandmother is a very famous actress, and I should know the name, but I don't. Her grandmother, who has passed away now, she did some movies with Vincent Price and some spooky movies.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
Vincent
I
Price.
can't think of her
Yeah.
name right now. He's great.
Oh, yeah. I just love him. And
Oh,
speaking
was great. Yeah, he's
of
great.
like Michael Myers, and because if you go on Halloween around there, you will see these characters like Jason, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, and everything. Um, so do you interact with them as Bora, kind of kid around,
Absolutely, absolutely. I stay in my one spot right behind Rockefellers, and then if I am going to a wedding or if I go somewhere, I will spat pass by and interact. But if they have people taking photos, I don't interrupt
Of
them.
course, yeah.
And also, they are an add-on option to weddings, so I'll have them in weddings
Oh,
if
wow.
the couple wants them to, like, walk down the aisle, be a ring bearer.
Yeah.
The Sanderson sisters are a lot of fun to have in weddings.
I bet.
I officiated me myself, not as Bora, but I officiated Larry Bagby, who played Ice in Hocus Pocus. he got married last year at the Pickering House, which is one of America's oldest homes, ran by VJVIJAY. Um, I officiated his wedding. He married a lady named Vero, and so yeah, so it's that was a lot of fun, and that ended up being in People's Magazine. So we were all in People's Magazine last year. But yes, I do interact with them, and I do incorporate them in weddings.
Yeah, I
And the
think.
Sanderson sisters were in that wedding, and it
Oh,
was
you
just
know,
so much
that's
fun.
that what actually I know with having some friends who wants to go at that time. The reason that I always ask, "Why do you want to go?" It's not just because of the spookiest town, the rich town and everything. It's also because they bring in these actors or people who dresses up like Michael Myers and Jason and everything. But you also have had a lot of celebrities that comes. Uh, do you ever get like starstruck, like, oh my god, that's so and
Yeah,
so?
I wouldn't recognize anybody unless they are on TV on that particular show. So I wouldn't recognize Michael Jackson if he was standing in front of me, if he was here today. I wouldn't recognize any Sarah Jessica Parker. I probably wouldn't recognize. But do I get starstruck? I don't, and I don't because I work with Jason Marsden from Hocus Pocus and
Mhm.
Vanessa and all, and then when I go to conventions and I interact with stars there, that the guy that plays Art, the clown, I Elvira,
Cassandra
Cassandra
Peterson.
Peterson. Yeah, I don't because I think I've been around them so much that I don't, and and also I know that they don't like. Sometimes they can be uncomfortable that people are like
Yeah.
are starstruck hungry. It's just kind
Oh
of like,
yeah.
okay, calm the fuck down, you
Yep.
know.
Mhm.
So I don't get starstruck,
That's good because they're just like anybody else. Actually, they're just good, talented. That's it. But they're just like anybody else. With Oh, now I was going to say now.
Come here, buddy. Oh, my doggy is here. Hey, baby.
Oh, hi,
Yeah.
doggy.
Hi, doggy. Hi, Cooper. So what happened?
So, with all your services that you do, I mean, you do a lot of services. The hand fasting, the whiskey blending, sand fast.
Oh
Sand
yeah,
fasting.
I haven't done the whiskey blending yet. I need to explore that, but I have to be careful because I do most of my weddings behind Ropes Mansion, which is
Mhm.
owned by PBS Museum, and no alcohol is allowed. So
Yeah.
I haven't explored whiskey mixing, which would be kind of fun, but that would have to be done at a place where they serve alcohol. But I just got into the sand fasting. I've been wanting to do that for several years, but
So, what is that actually?
well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and I'm going to do it for the first time next year. I'm going to take sand from different beaches in Salem,
Mhm.
and the bride and the groom, or the groom and the groom, the bride and bride, or whatever, they're going to pour the sand, mixing it together. I'm going
Oh,
to pour sand and
okay.
say something into this heart-shaped vase, and then they will pour sand, mixing it together, almost like the Unity candle.
Mm-hmm.
And and blending their lives together and not being able to separate the sand
Oh, I love that.
individually. You can't separate. You should don't. We don't want to separate their lives from one
Yes.
another. I don't have it memorized the saying, but that's the idea. So I'm going to do that for the first time next year. But also, we also do a broom jump and a hand fasting cord portion. And my brooms are made by a local witch here. And the handles are respectfully resourced from different cemeteries in Salem. So after a windstorm, the
Mhm.
witch will go and collect limbs and kind of like help clean up the cemetery and bring them to their home, and that's their supply for the broom handles.
Yeah.
And I carry those brooms, and maybe one or two other stores carry the brooms. They're very exclusive, which I love, which I absolutely love, because you can't find them in all the stores. And he wants to keep them that way, he and his wife.
Yeah, I know every time I go to Salem, I always have to take a pair of sunglasses around, no matter what time of year it is. Because when I walk through the memorial cemetery, I just, my face, I tear up so much. I'm like a sobbing person, woman comes out, and people's like, "Oh, what happened? What happened?" But to me, that I think if anybody just is like an empath, or not really an empath, just having that vibe of feeling what each one of them was accused of and what they went through, I think that really gets to me. And of course, we have a descendant of Elizabeth Howe
Oh,
that
yeah.
was that we found out a few years ago too. So when I come to her stone, I'm just like, oh,
Mm.
I just cry. Some people, I know my grandson's like, what are you crying for, Grandma? And just like, oh, you're too young to understand. I have to tell you about it sometime.
And one day he will.
Yeah, he will. He will. Oh, well, he actually last year, no, it was 2024. I was out there in October with his family. We was in the probably from the 4th to the 6th. We was out there, and I finally broke down and just told him why. I told him the whole story and everything. And then when we got home, um, kind of, found some documentaries on it and everything. So he looks at me, he goes, Grandma, I understand now. It is sad. I'm so sorry. So
Oh, how old is he?
he just turned 9. He
Oh,
just turned
okay.
9. So yeah. Of course I have 11 grandkids, believe it
Oh,
or not. I got 4
wow.
kids, 11 grandkids. So
Yeah.
yeah, we they all study the path that I'm on, or that my husband and I's on. So, and it's, so they know all about acceptance, being judged, being
Oh,
outcast,
yeah.
and they take it in stride, you know. Um, so having somebody like you out there to kind of like not really being a poster, child or anything like that, but you showing to show people, that you can love anybody, you know, if they're autistic, different race or anything like that, if they're LGBT, you are, I have seen you in action, and I don't think nobody can really comprehend until they actually go to Salem and just watch you from afar, how you interact with each and everybody. I mean, just
Thank you.
you all, I mean, this picture's taken, you're always willing to take a picture. Um, you see a baby, I actually saw you one time taking the stroller from this woman so you can push the stroller and talk to her and everything.
Oh,
And,
I was actually
I,
pushing that stroller to my cauldron for
oh,
dinner. No, 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 no.
and it's just so, because when you see you, it's like, oh, that's so sweet. It's really nice. So you're
Thank
kind of
you.
giving the real riches a good name. It
Thank
doesn't
you.
matter if you have a green face or not. It's what's inside
Yeah.
that you bring out to share, and that is the most beautiful, wonderful thing
Thank
to
you.
do. So keep up what you're
It,
doing,
it
and
goes, sure, don't judge a book by its cover.
yeah, right.
Thank you.
That is correct. Yeah, I guess that's the best way to sum it up. But speaking of summing it up, um, tell us what is going on this year. Anything exciting going on in Salem this year? I mean, it's always exciting, of course, but what are you looking
It's
forward to?
Salem's 400th anniversary.
Oh wow!
400 years we've been here.
Oh
Salem's been
wow!
here. Yeah. So there's a lot of activities that's going on. And if they go on to Haunted Happenings magazine, they have a calendar
Hmm.
and they can see what's going on there. Haunted Happenings magazine. I respect that magazine a lot because it is a female-ran magazine. She's been around for the longest of all publications,
Hmm.
and she's just one person that does it all. She also creates the maps for the placemats for Reds.
Oh,
Sandwich shop.
yes.
Yeah. So they can go onto our calendar and see what's going on. Also, another good resource is the Salem Chamber of Commerce is a great resource. And Destination Salem is a good resource also. But we're going to have a parade in August. It's going to be hot as hell in August at
Yes.
400, and it's going to be broken into sections like the 16, 17, 18, 1900s on down to
Oh.
today. Yeah, and so many activities. Also in October, we've got the Hocus Pocus cast members that are coming back for the first weekend in October, and we've got some activities that we're planning out for them and for their fans to come and meet them and spend time again. We have a lot of repeat fans that come to see them, and just we've got the Salem Festival, Arts Festival. I think that's in June coming up. We have halfway to Halloween. Uh, Actually, that's in April because everything was booked in May for a location. But
Mhm.
that's the New England, the halfway to Halloween, New England, Wicked New England is what it's called. Wicked New England, and it's halfway to Halloween event, and just a bunch of stuff going on. So if anybody wants to go on and find out what's going on, those resources are great to tap into.
Oh yeah. Like I said, Salem's like my second home. Um, for those who hasn't been, when you go, you will feel a very magical vibe.
Inclusive vibe, a welcoming vibe,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
Salem used to be called Shalom.
Oh, I didn't know
It was
that.
named, yeah, and I think it's a Jewish word for acceptance. I think it is. I could be wrong, and pardon me if I am wrong.
That sounds, no, it
Peace, the
sounds
city of
right.
peace, city of peace.
And it is. It is. I mean, it's a safe city even if you go out after midnight. I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty. It's really safe. It really is. And I can go on and on about Salem because I probably should live there. And
Yeah. You'll be here, like you said.
well,
Or either the next town over, you'll be
oh
in
yeah.
New England.
Well, it was nice to really chat with you, Brian. I want to go on and on, but I know we both got things to do. So.
I've got weddings to write.
Oh no.
Oh my
So,
God.
but tell your husband thank you for,
Thank you.
having you come on because I know, being married myself, I know that sometimes our spouses is like, "Oh, again, they take you away again from me." So,
It's like we have to have working hours. So he says, because I could work 24/7 on this. He says, no,
yeah.
you got to have 9 to 5, 9 to 5. And he's right.
Yeah, you do. Make time for
Otherwise,
yourself too as well and for him, for your doggies and your
yeah.
cats if you have cats and yeah, just make time for yourself. But
It's funny. It's
just
funny. I don't have a cat,
you
but
know
one day I came home and there was a black cat sitting on my front porch.
Oh,
How apropos was that? Yeah.
fine.
But
It is
come here. This is my doggy. I don't know if he's a 75-pound bird dog. Uh, Here he is. Here he is. Oh,
oh
there he
my
is.
gosh.
That's my
Oh,
baby.
hi there, sweetie.
Thank you. Yeah. So yeah. Ooh, cities are very welcoming. Salem's a very welcoming city of pets, so you can bring your dogs anywhere.
Oh yeah, it is. It's very welcoming and it's not the greatest on wheelchairs because we took my mom and she is a slow walker, so we put her in the wheelchair. It's not the greatest on wheelchair because of the cobblestone and everything, but
That is a big
yeah,
discussion that goes on almost every year. Like when our cobblestone, we all want cobblestone sidewalks.
yeah,
There's the bricks
yeah.
will make the cobblestones uneven, and that is unfortunate for those that need even
Hmm.
spaces to walk. So it's like cement when you redo the sidewalks is a cement versus cobblestone. So that's an ongoing discussion, but we all want cobblestone
Oh yeah,
sidewalks.
don't change it. Don't change it. There's
Oh
always a
God,
way.
no.
Yeah, if there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. If there's a money, there's a way. There's money,
Exactly.
there's a way. But
It's
yeah. But thank you for asking me to be on. I had a
Oh,
blast. I could just talk and talk and talk.
I
Maybe we need to do
know
a
we
part
can.
two.
We probably have to make arrangements to talk maybe this late summer or something, where we see, hey, how's all the events went so far? How's
Yeah,
everybody treating everybody and
yeah, yeah.
everything. So, but just stay on for just a few minutes as we end. And I just want to tell our audience, thank you so much for tuning in. And when I say to go to Salem, I mean it. Yeah, it's a trip that you would never forget.
Yes,
I promise.
and also a bit of advice when they come to Salem, if they come in October, please have patience, be kind, always be kind.
Mhm.
Bathrooms just be patient. There might be
They're not
lines to
really
eat.
they're not really an issue because there's a lot of porta potties there too.
There are a lot of porta potties,
Yeah,
yes, which
but
I
bring
think
your own,
personally is
TP.
gross, but that's all right.
Yeah,
Huh?
bring your own TP, baby wipes,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. And bring costumes.
Yes.
Bring a change of costumes. Some people change 2 or 3 times a day
Oh,
in
yeah.
costumes. Yeah. So
And
you're.
tip the performers
Oh,
because
thank you, thank
that's
you.
their living, and taking pictures with them, they don't, I mean, I know some, doesn't tip, and I know the performance is like, oh, shucks, they didn't tip. But you know what? Um, you guys still have a good attitude about that too, as well.
Yeah, yeah, you
And
have to. We
tip.
don't know what people are going through. We don't know. People work all year long. I've been told to
Exactly.
come to Salem for a week. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to judge,
Right. Right.
and
So
uh,
the last thing I'm
and
going to tell you guys to get your butts to Salem,
yeah,
if
hop
not
on your
this year,
brooms.
in the future, because
Yeah,
guarantee you will love it. So,
thank you.
but blessings, everybody. Happy Friday
You
the
too.
13th.
You too.
And stay blessed.
Hey,
Subscribe,
yeah.
share, and like. Jump over to the Salem Black Hat Society. Check it out. Buy a book.
I'll,
Or,
yeah, they can find, if I can plug,
yeah.
if they go to Salem's Black Hat Society on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, not Twitter, and also Salem's Black Hat Society.org right there at the bottom of your screen. They can go to .org and they can buy books. And also boraporium.etsy.com. We have products there. And weddings, wedding vow renewals, divorce parties, baby gender reveals. At the bottom of your screen is more information, Salem's blackhatsociety.org. And I really appreciate you taking the time to speak with me and opening up your heart, your coven, your home to me. And thank you for everyone who are followers or who are potentially going to follow. Thank you so much. We wouldn't be able to do this without your love and your support. And always do good, be positive, always help people.
Oh, yeah.
Be peace,
Definitely.
peace, peace, love, and happiness, and blessed be.
Or is it peace, love, and chicken grease?
Oh, peace, love, and chicken grease. Yes, 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 yes. I like that.
Uh, well, just like I said, to stay on for just a few minutes while we end the podcast. And everybody, stay blessed and tune in tonight for Friday the 13th haunted items. Don't miss those haunted items.
Ooh,
So
ooh.
you have been warned. I'm just stay blessed, everybody. Good,
Blessed be. Happy
good day.
Friday 13th.